Mutual funds with deferred sales charges, or DSC funds. Investors can sometimes be unpleasantly surprised to find out that selling their mutual funds can come with stiff redemption charges that they didn't remember agreeing to. These charges are known as Deferred Sales Charges, or DSCs. Here's an example of how a typical deferred sales charge mutual fund might work. Let's start by listing all the parties involved in this transaction first. You are the investor. You are buying a mutual fund. The mutual fund you are buying is managed by a mutual fund manufacturer. Your financial advisor sells you the mutual fund, and the financial advisor works for a financial institution known as an investment dealer. If you had $10,000 to invest in a deferred sales charge mutual fund, your financial advisor places the trade for you and all $10,000 will be invested into the fund, which is managed by the mutual fund manufacturer. A 5% commission, which equals $500 in this case, is paid by the mutual fund manufacturer to the investment dealer, who then splits it with the financial advisor. The question we need to answer is, where does this $500 come from if all of your $10,000 is deposited into the fund? The mutual fund manufacturer will typically borrow the $500. They cover the payments on this loan out of the management fees they charge to you for running the fund. The rest of the management fees go toward the operation and profit of the mutual fund manufacturer. After a number of years, they will have paid off their $500 loan, including interest. But what happens if you decide to take your money out of the mutual fund after 1 year? The mutual fund manufacturer will still have close to $400 to pay off, for example, but they are no longer collecting a fee from your holdings. That's where deferred sales charges come in. These are charges directly incurred by you when you sell your holdings. Deferred sales charges are charged according to a schedule such as the following. If you were to sell your holdings within the first year, you might be charged 6% of the value of your holdings to sell. Sell in year 2 and that rate might drop to 5%. Over time, usually 7 years, that rate eventually drops to 0, and thereafter there will be no deferred sales charges to sell your holdings. So let's assume the fund didn't change in value over the course of 1 year and is still worth $10,000, but you decide to sell your holdings at the start of year 2. You would be subject to a 5% deferred sales charge. 5% times $10,000 is $500, which allows the mutual fund manufacturer to pay off the loan they took out to pay the commission to your financial advisor and their investment dealer. This is the basic framework for deferred sales charge mutual funds and the upfront commissions that you indirectly pay for. The actual numbers vary slightly depending on the advisor, investment dealer, and specific mutual funds used. There are usually ongoing commissions you also indirectly pay, and to learn more about these, please see our video titled Trailing Commissions. It's important to understand all the costs you incur as an investor, whether they are direct or indirect. If you have questions about costs you may be paying, it's important to ask questions, and more important, to get answers.